Sorry. So I have the Girl Scout promise in the law on the screen because the Girl Scouts, we can relate almost everything we do back to those. Tonight's topic apply greatly to the law, and it is a great tool that we will use with our girls. So I just wanted to share some really positive statistics with you and provide you some impressive stats from the Girl Scout Research Institute. So 97% of parents feel that Girl Scouting is a positive activity. 96% of girls have tried something new in Girl Scouts. 95% of parents say that their daughter has made new and more friends because of being in Girl Scouts. 94% of parents believe that Girl Scouts makes their daughter feel special and important. So I'd agree with those statements, and I have personally experienced this with my daughter, and I have watched this occur with other girls. Now we'll talk about the first C, which is courage. Relating it back to the Girl Scout promise and law, I tagged courageous and strong. So I'm a person who likes expectations outlined. So I wanted to start with the definition of the word courage. I really like the second definition for this workshop: mental or moral strength to venture, persevere, and withstand danger, field, or fear or difficulty. So I relate it to trying something new or doing something that stretches your comfort level. So how do we inspire courage in our girls? First, we need to keep in mind progression. We want to start with the little things and move up as the girls grow and learn. We want to encourage girls to take risks that are not physically or mentally harmful to them. An example would be working a cookie booth. A Daisy would have courage by approaching a customer to ask if they would like to buy a box of cookies. So risks aren't necessarily physical adventures. They can be verbal and mental as well. And third, we use one of our three processes, girl-led. By allowing the girls to take the lead, make decisions and choices, we are giving them opportunity to be brave and develop courage. So connecting this to your troops and your activities is simple. When working with girls, identify new skills that they can learn. New activities are available to them, especially things that they might not have an opportunity to do at school or at home. Assist them in finding new adventures to explore. How about going to a worm farm as part of a journey? To execute these, in a sense, take action, there are a couple of terms we use. My favorite is challenge by choice. It is where a girl agrees to try something new, knowing that she can stop it if she does not like it or it's uncomfortable. So as an example, if you were going to go horseback riding, you would challenge the girl by choice to participate by first starting and petting the horse. She knows that if she touches the horse, she can pull her hand back, and she doesn't have to continue if she does not feel comfortable. So we ask each girl to at least try it. You would be amazed at the reactions that happen when they do. Also, allow all the girls to have a chance to try something. If you have some bold girls and some quiet girls, pair them up so they balance each other. Allow them time to get comfortable with the idea and to ask questions or seek clarification. Then have the girls share with you what new things that they might like to try. Also, think about doing some of the things at home with your family. Start a Try It Tuesdays with your family, where everyone is challenged to try something new each week. Whether your girl raises her hand in class, or you all tried learning some new dance moves together after dinner, you'll have fun. You'll learn a lot, and you'll discover new things about yourself as you compare notes. Plus, any, quote, failures could spark new ideas for innovation and improvement to the way we do things. So let the day's imperfections serve to inspire. Some tools to have in your chest. Consensus building is a great way to work with girls to find out what they're feeling and to get them to an agreement. In the junior Amuse, there's the 5 fingers to consensus building. That is a great activity. If you're encouraging your girls to take on a new task, give them a checklist or a template to complete. I did this with field trip calls. So the girls would gather information to make arrangements for field trips. So I gave them a template that had the who, what, where, when, why, what do we need, so that when they made the actual phone call, they walked step by step through the template to ask the questions. So mentoring, have the older girls come into the troop to teach badge work, journeys, songs, games, assist with a service project or take action project. The younger girls love relating to older girls, and the older girls have a lot of leadership and mentoring work to do. So sometimes another girl can inspire a girl to have courage and to take a risk. When a girl does try something new, ask her what she likes about it or how it made her feel. If she looks to you for praise or validation, mention how you love to see her happy and how cool it was that she's willing to try something new instead of critiquing the project or final product. We all learn better when we're generally curious and enjoying the experience. And lead by example. If it is something that you're not really comfortable with, tell the girls and show them that you're willing to try it alongside them, that you will all experience it together. Allow them to understand that it's okay not to have success on the first try, that sometimes things take more than one or many tries, and that's okay. We learn for failed opportunities. So one of my favorite quotes is from Thomas Edison, and he says, "I have not failed. I have just found 10,000 ways that won't work." So I have one personal example to share. So as a trainer, we have monthly meetings. At one of these meetings about 7 or 8 years ago, I whispered an answer to a question under my breath. One of the gshom chief officers heard me and asked me to speak up. I kind of shook my head. She stated then, "You are a Girl Scout and you should have courage." That really has resonated with me ever since that day. And I use that personal to give myself a pep talk and things that I want to do. And I just always turn it back to, I'm a Girl Scout, I should have courage. So again, using the law as a reference is a great tool. And before we move on, are there any questions or comments on courage? Does anybody have an example to share? Okay. Okay. So our second is confidence. Now more than ever, our girls need to have confidence in themselves and their environment. Raising confident, independent children is a major goal of healthy parenting and obviously so important. They'll do better in school, be less likely to give in to peer pressure when they know something isn't right, have brighter careers, and generally know how to take care of themselves in a happy and healthy way. So the dictionary tells us that the definition of confidence is feeling of self-assurance arising from one's appreciation of one's own ability or qualities. So confidence is in every part of our lives, from home and family to school, work, and friends. Having reassurance in yourself and what you can do makes each task easier. So we can inspire confidence in girls by using positive phrase, lifting each other up. By changing ours and the girls' mindset, it is okay not to be perfect. It's okay not to be okay. Allowing the girls to find solution to their problems. Don't always rush to rescue or to solve the challenge for them. And by cooperative learning, it's the second of our 3 processes in Girl Scouts. Allowing the girls to work together, learning from each other, trying it together, will also build confidence. So how to connect this to your troop activities? Do activities and have time where you and the girls discuss and discover their strengths. Have open dialogue about what each girl is good at. Allow her to have a shining moment when she accomplishes something first or does a great job, or does it creatively. So build in reflection time, especially easily to do during a closing. Ask the girls to share one new thing they learned today, or what did you enjoy about today's activity? How can you take what you learned today and improve on it? What would you like to do with what you learned today? This is an important activity to reinforce what they learned, but it also builds confidence. Teach goal setting and have the girls make visual prompts. When doing cookie booths, have them make a goal poster and fill it in while at the booth. This is a win-win. It will build their confidence while also giving them another selling advantage. Customers love to help the girls reach their goals. Showcase talents and allow girls to build on them and refine them. Do you have a girl that is great with numbers? Allow her to work on projects and that track numbers. Assist with the budget, or however, help with the financial reports. Encourage self-care. Again, it's okay to not be okay. We had a great example of that recently with Simone Biles in Tokyo. She used a great deal of courage and confidence and said to the world that she needed to take care of herself. Allow the girls to seek out and have challenges. By overcoming something, it builds confidence. So throw a couple of wrenches in it when it's safe to do so. When it comes to taking action on it, it looks familiar. When giving praise, praise the action and not the person. So an example would be, you did a great job on that activity. What not to say is, you're so smart. So research has shown that labels like "you're so smart" actually hinder girls later when they face challenges. If they can't come up with an answer, something right away, then they self-doubt, they label themselves as stupid, and they give up. Take a step back and let the girls lead and problem solve. Our society has labels like helicopter, bulldozer, and such parents. We naturally want to give our children the best, and want them to succeed. We want to make things easier for them than what we had. But in doing so, we are actually harming them. They are not learning to problem solve, think critically, or face adversity with grace. So they do not have the confidence when faced with a problem to work out a solution. So do evaluations with the girls after the activities. Ask how we can adapt this activity so next time we don't have to ... have a challenge or issue, or to make it more fun, or to share it with younger girls. Allow the girls to take the lead more often. They can make supply lists, they can collect dues and attendance, they can lead a badge. So give them the support and the tools and let them soar. So show girls great role models. Verbally call out people that are doing great things and have discussions with the girls. Again, Simone Biles is a great example. Share that with the girls when the opportunity arises. So tools. The tools you'll need are to change in mindset. So change your perspective and your reactions. Have the promise and the law visible at the meetings. It's a wonderful tool to keep in the forefront. Provide mentoring opportunities to the girls. Have parents, community members, older girls, girls in troop, the current troop, mentor the girls. Use opportunities that arrive as teachable moments and harness them to build that confidence. And assist the girls in building their cheer squad and teaching them how to talk to them. A girl telling her mom she appreciates her support and out selling Girl Scout treats and reads. Encourage the girls to have and share with their cheer team what matters to them and how they like to be supported and encouraged. If you haven't heard about the 5 love languages, it's a great tool for every relationship, especially when you're working with the girls, when you understand what their language is and how to talk to them. So last but not least, we'll talk about character. Character is the moral excellence and firmness. We build character through most activities and programs in the Girl Scouts. Your troop activities like badge and journey work, community action through service and take action projects. The third of our Girl Scout processes, learn by doing, they develop character through hands-on activities and by trying things. So many of the badges have learning moments in them. Citizenship badge, first aid badge, sports badge, just to name a few. They progressively teach good citizenship and develop character. So the journeys do a deep dive into discover, connect, and take action on issues in the community. Finding out what is happening in the local community and how your girls can be a part of the solution. And providing opportunities to girls to use their skills and to give back. So how do you execute this? By role model and use teachable moments to express good citizenship and sportsmanship. If a girl shares her last googly eye with another, praise that and state that was being a good sister. Encourage girls and families to volunteer, to assist others, or to help at events. Encourage and promote being a sister to every Girl Scout. Have discussions on inclusion and equity. Discuss the difference between fair and equitable. So the tools you can use are the Girl Scout program is packed with materials to build character. Look at resources on the girlscout.org webpage. You have GS Learn, the volunteer toolkit, and programs. Events in the community and offered by Girl Scouts give you opportunities as well. So give the girls a chance to mentor younger girls, either in the troop or in other troops. And give the girls opportunities to become leaders, not just in Girl Scouts, but in their schools and their communities. So when we talked about having a discussion about inclusion, I love this graphic, so it resonates with me very much so every time I see it. But the difference between fair and equitable, so fair is everybody gets one, and equitable is everybody gets what they need. So this really sums it up, and I love using this. And so I wanted to add a quote from our founder, Juliet Gordon Lowe. So scouting rises within you and inspires you to put forth your best. Using this with the girls to inspire them to put forth their best will build that courage, confidence, and character in them as well. Okay. To wrap up, Girl Scouts has proven to give the girls thrive in 5 key ways, which all ties back to the courage, confidence, and character. So it gives them a strong sense of self, to seek challenges, to have positive values, to develop healthy relationships, and to solve problems in the community. So I stole some statistics out of the recently published Girl Scout alumni newsletter, and it says, compared to other women, Girl Scout alums embody higher levels of courage. They show resilience when learning from failure and setbacks, take on challenges, are ambitious, and aren't afraid to take risk. 46% of alumni Girl Scouts compared to 36% of non-Girl Scout. Confidence. They accomplish what they set out to do and are assured in their abilities. 66% compared to 53%. And character. They lead purposeful and meaningful lives, are honest and trustworthy. They stand up for their beliefs and values and actively contribute to others' well-being. 74% compared to 62%, showed positive values, and 61% compared to 48% showed positive self-image. Some pretty great statistics. So I know we went through that pretty fast. I just trying to get everything in the time frame. It was a little hard, but do you have any questions, or is there anything that you want me to go back to talk on? So I do want to put a plug in for our Girl Scout Volunteer Boot Camp. They will be happening this fall, October 22nd through the 24th at Camp Linden, and November 3rd through the 5th, I believe, at Camp Marywood. And we will be having classes that are more in depth, especially on like this class, some of these other ones that you've done this week. They'll have those in explain. They have outdoor skills and stuff like that too. So if you haven't seen it yet, it'll be coming out really quick for that. And we'll have other enrichment trainings throughout the year. Is there anything in particular that you would enjoy having or you would benefit from having? Oh, the 5 fingers. Yes. I don't know if I can turn. Let me see if I can get my camera on so I can show you too. There we go. So you start out with, you explain to the girls, so you have 5 fingers. 5 fingers means that you absolutely want to do whatever the activity is. Yes, you're all aboard, want to do this. And 0 means no, you don't want anything to do with the activity. So say that it was a horseback riding and you ask the girls from 0 to 5 how likely they are to want to do this activity. So the girls can put up, you know, if they're like, okay, yeah, it's good, we could put up 3 fingers. What you're really focusing on the girls that have 0 or 1. So you ask them, why did you vote 0? And you allow them the opportunity to explain what their hindrance is, if they're afraid, if there's something that they just absolutely don't like horses. Then you ask the girls that are at 1 and 2. So what you're trying to do is to talk through them and encouraging them to accept the activity, to get them up to a 3. You really kind of want to get all your girls to 3 and above. So after talking with them and reassuring them, if they don't want to ride the horse, they don't have to. You introduce them, you walk through the body parts and do the parts for the badges. And then they feel comfortable to the point that they say, okay, I'm at a 3 and I want to go on this. So that's what consensus building is talking with them, having the discussion instead of just saying, you know, voting who wants to go, who doesn't want to go, majority rules. You spend the time and have that discussion to bring out what the difference is. So Melissa, do you want me to talk about the multi-level troop now, or is that something that you would like more class work on? No, at boot camp? I don't have the schedule in front of me, but I like 75% certain that is one of the topics that Camp Linden is offering. But I will just, Julia wrote it down for me, so we will just double check on that for you.
Meeting plans in the volunteer toolkit address multi-level troops as well.
Oh, yes, and Julia pointed out that in the volunteer toolkit, there is a pathway for multi-level troops. So you can go in there and work with the plans, have the girls help you decide what you want to do for the year and select those plans. They're in there for the multi-level troops so that it tailors it. So how you can put them in and do those meetings for you. If you haven't taken a tour through the volunteer toolkit or GS Learn, I definitely recommend that. I did see the other day that the new badges are in there. You can get a sample of the new badges by going in there. And those are pretty exciting. So definitely take a tour through there if you get a couple minutes. So. Does anybody have some examples on courage, confidence, or character? I'm sure you had girls in some of those inspiring moments. I had one girl that was not part of my troop, but she was in a sistering troop that not too far from us. And we brought her to a adult recognition ceremony as part of the flag group. And she got to listen to an inspiring girl that was giving a speech to the adults. And the girl was talking about her gold award project. And so on the way home, the girl decided that she really wanted to do her silver award project. So she was really excited and she did accomplish that. And then we would bring her to some of our events at camp. She became a leader feeder and then she came and helped. And after she graduated from high school, she went on to college, which was never in her vision before she was a Girl Scout. Her family situation was supportive, but was not conducive to higher education and stuff like that. So she did go to college and she came back for 3 years as a camp counselor. So she was just, to me, she was very inspiring, but by allowing her these opportunities to participate in Girl Scouts, she was able to give back to Girl Scouts and she was to be able to really find a lot of passion. And she will graduate from college this year. She's in her senior year. And it's just really, she was an inspiration to me as well. Nobody else has any really exciting stories. Jan, Whitcomb, do you have any? Yeah.
Sorry, I wasn't hooked up. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Hi. This summer, I was lucky enough that I could help out to camp. And as an archery instructor, I was teaching archery at all 3 sessions. And one of the sessions, one of the girls said that she did not want to shoot archery. And I said, I respect that. And so we went through the archery program the first day, which was about 2 hours long. And before she left, I said, if you let me know anytime you want to shoot archery, I will make sure that you get to do that. I said, are you afraid of archery and shooting arrows? And she said that she had taken it at school and she had the string from the bow hit her arm multiple times and it was very sore afterwards. And I said, I understand that, but I said, we have the arm guards. You saw some of your fellow campers wearing those. 2 days later, when they came back for their second round of archery, she was the first one saying, I want to shoot bows and arrows today. And she did. And it just warmed my heart to know that she overcame her fear And she was actually pretty good at it too.
Thank you. That I got tears too. I love those stories of the girls trying something and succeeding at it. And thank you for all your volunteer work out at camp to make that happen for those girls.
Oh, I think I had as much fun or more fun than they did.
Definitely. Anybody else have some inspiring stories of overcoming courage or confidence?
Hello, Renee. This is Lance, and I am a staff member at the Jackson Regional Center. Some of you probably have received emails from me. I am part of the help desk team, so if you've ever emailed in and received any or had any questions and received the answers, you may have gotten my email. I wanted to pass along the fact that us at Girl Scouts Heart of Michigan, we actually have community troops that our membership specialists go into underserved communities, and they specifically do programming for the girls that may not have ever thought Girl Scouts is a possibility for them. And one of the things that they really like to do is at the end of the year, they love to take those girls out to camp. And it's just really inspiring to hear how many girls open up while at camp, even just for that one day experience, doing things that they would have never imagined they could do, or even hearing about the sisters that they've only known possibly through this program, just interacting with them and even questioning, oh, I was scared before to go boating. What scares you about boating? Maybe we can talk through it together and see if we can go on a boat together, or maybe we can go stand by the water and watch the other girls. And it's just really inspiring to hear those girls get that confidence to even talk to their sisters, to be like, oh, I was scared of this once. Maybe we can help, and maybe we can see what we can do to help tame that fear and see if we can overcome that with you. So it's just so amazing to see and hear all the girls come back with all these beautiful experiences, and possibly some of them have never been out to camp before. So it's just awesome to hear these.
Thank you for sharing that. It is. I have so many camp stories of girls that have amazing things. So I love hearing that. To me, camp is a magical place. So
It's a safe space for them.
exactly. Any other ones? I know, Tara, you've been probably there. I wouldn't ask my girls to do anything that I wouldn't try myself. I have a few events that I tried and had the girls move past their fears and tried. Great job. I was going to call on you. I'm glad you put that in there, because I know you've had some amazing experiences with your girls. At the volunteer kickoff the other night, leaders shared an opportunity that she had with her girls. One of the girls was afraid to go rappelling into a copper cave. And she was determined. She kept telling herself that she was determined that she was going to do this. And the other girl supported her, and she actually did go rappelling down there. And they had an amazing time, but it was with the benefits of her sisters that would help her encourage her to do something like that. I'm not too sure I would do that, but
Well, one of the things is that I'm afraid of heights. I just am. But I did a zip line once. I think it was at CMU. Canopy walk. Yeah. So if they asked and wanted to do something else that involved heights, I'd give it a try, and I'd have to explain to them, my fears, but try to move past them myself and give them a kind of modeling of how you just keep trying things. So.
exactly. Thank you for sharing that too. And that's exactly it, is having those frank discussions with the girls that, yes, that we do have fears and that we can overcome them, allows them to see that we are real and that we can do it. But having that and allowing them to know that, yeah, we're not perfect, and we all have something that challenges us. And that's that part of that role modeling for them. So. Anybody else have some inspiring ones? Okay. Is there any questions or anything that I can answer for you? Sometimes I cannot overcome my fears. There are, and that's okay. We don't have to be perfect. If it's something that's really frightening, that's all right. We just make allowances for that. So letting the girls know that as well, that it's okay if we can't move past that. At least we try. So thanks for bringing that up, Sally.
Yeah, like when I took the girls out to camp one day with a whole bunch of girls, and we took the bus out, and they were going canoeing or boating rather. And I said, there's no way I cannot do it. And I was asked why, and I told them why. And it was due to an accident that I was in 76, and the driver was killed. She landed underneath the tire. We landed half in a stream and half out, and she drowned. I cannot overcome that. Every time I go over that spot, I turn white knuckles. Even today, and I'm 57 now, and this was back in when I was 11 that this happened. I just can't do it. And I have a fear of snakes. Bad fear of snakes. And I can't help that.
No. And I agree with you, because snakes aren't my friends, but I've able to now at least walk past them and not scream. So I get you with that one. We were up at Camp Oak Hills right before the closing ceremony, and I almost stepped on one, and I was really good about backing up and not screaming and just kind of looking at it and keep walking. But yeah, snakes are one thing that demands my courage.
Yeah. My granddaughter, who's in my troop, she's the reason why I'm a scout leader. And on May 23rd, we went to the Renaissance Fair out at the turkey farm and Cornwall's turkey farm. And she had been talking about this purple jewelry. She had been talking about a friend of ours working out there. And so she says, Grandma, close your eyes. And she's 11 now. Close your eyes. And I said, I cannot walk with my eyes closed due to my fibromyalgia. And I have to see where I'm walking when it comes on grounds. And so I said, I'll just hold my head down, and I promise I won't look up. She's all right. So she took my hand. She leads me over to the spot where she wanted me to go. She says, okay, Grandma, you can lift your head. And I lifted my head, and about a foot away from me stood this girl with this yellow and white snake in her hand, like in my face. And I'm like, that was right down mean. And I took off, and I just wanted to cry because I was so scared.
Yeah. And that's not fun, with having them surprise you. I mean,
No.
I know.
She says, I wish Mom would have been here to video that. So she had talked to her mom about doing it.
Aw.
And of course, her mom went along with it. The mom wasn't there. Her husband was there, and he didn't even say a word to me or say, Abby, don't do it. Don't scare grandma. He didn't say a word.
Oh,
Just mean. I said she was devious.
not nice.
But she's the reason why I became a Girl Scout leader. It was in kindergarten. She was in kindergarten. And right after Christmas, the two Girl Scout leaders that were there decided that they couldn't do it anymore. And so come January, she says, but Grandma, I wanted to sell cookies and now I can't. That's not fair. Prayed about it and felt God was leading me. And here I am. She's going in 7th grade. I'm still a Girl Scout leader.
Well, we thank you for supporting her and stepping up.
Yeah, she's going in 6th grade, not 7th, 6th grade.
All right. Well, I want to thank you for joining us. There will be an extended version of this course at Volunteer Boot Camp. So definitely look for it. It does a deep dive into how to do some more of that building and stuff like that. And if you have any other opportunities to join the other sessions, you could still register for those for tomorrow. I put a plug in. I will be on the Meet the Mac tomorrow at 5 o'clock, as I am currently the chair for the MAC. So if you want to find out what the MAC does and possibly joining us on the MAC and whatever, join us tomorrow night at 5. If not, there's a couple other ones going on tomorrow. Definitely look at that list and register tonight for those classes tomorrow. So yeah, adult awards at 5 too. Well, that conflicts with mine. Sorry, lady. All right. Thank you, everyone. Have a great night.
You too. Thank you for helping and sharing.
Thanks.